Hi, my name is Kelly and welcome to this 7-day core strength challenge. So there are many reasons why it's important to strengthen the core, and I'll just cover a couple of them now. So the core can really help to stabilise and support the body. It can help with balance. It can improve mobility of the body as well, help with movements such as rotation, bending forwards, coming back up. And it could also help things like preventing falls as well. So lots of really great reasons there to why we should really concentrate on building strength in our core, not just to have a great six-pack to show off when we go down the beach, but many other reasons as well. So the core is made up of all the muscles in the midsection, so we generally think about just the abs, but it also includes the glutes, the hips, the pelvis. It even includes the diaphragm as well. So throughout this week, this 7 days, we'll be looking at a different aspect of each of these muscles that make up the core. Each day I'll give you 2 to 3 exercises that you can practice. We'll focus on a different area and we'll spend between 5 to 10 minutes each day as well. So it's really easy to fit this challenge into your daily routine. So today I thought we'd start with the obliques. These are the muscles that run down the sides of the body. So they really help with movement such as rotation, maybe bending side to side. And they also help with the movement of coming forwards. So any movement where we're kind of bending forwards. So we will start, I'll give you 2 exercises to do today and I'll give you quite a few options for both. And we'll start in a plank position. So just making your way over to your hands and knees. Try and get your shoulders stacked over your wrists. You might like to grab some padding for the wrists. You can always put that down. Otherwise, if you've got a yoga mat, you can also just bend over the mat and use that for a little bit of extra support for the wrists. So when you're ready, coming onto the hands and just bringing the feet out behind you. We want to try and have the heels of the feet stacked over the ball of the feet and start to push through the heel. I want to pull the navel in towards the spine. So we're aiming for a nice straight line so the bum shouldn't be up too high and you don't want any sagging of the hips to try and keep that core nice and engaged. And then from here we will roll over onto the left side. You can either stack the feet out so they're next to each other, you can stack the feet so they're on top, or if you prefer you can drop down to a supported plank and just have one knee bent. You've got lots of different options for the legs. I find for me it's better for the balance to have the feet one in front of another, but it's completely up to you. Keeping the shoulders stacked over the wrist and start to push up through the hips. Bring the arm up overhead, palm facing forward. And then from here, we'll thread the hand under the arm, keeping the hips lifting, and inhale to come back up. So we'll do that 10 times, so 9 more times. So exhale to thread the arm, inhale back up, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. Now make your way into your plank position again. You can release the knees down if you like, maybe come back for a little bit of a child's pose, releasing the weight off the wrist, coming onto the fingers, dropping the head down. You might start to feel some heat in the left side of the body. And then when you're ready, just make your way back into that plank position. We'll take that on the opposite side now, so just dropping the heels over to the right side, checking your shoulders stacked over your wrists. Bringing the left arm up and exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If at any point you do need to drop down to your knee, you can. And then just 2 more. Last one. Great. And then just coming back into your plank position again, maybe dropping down to the knees. Going back for a quick child's pose. Just taking a moment to notice how the body feels while you're there. So for this next exercise, we'll be moving into downwards dog. So to get there, I want you to make sure you push into the whole hand, so really pushing into the index finger or the knuckle of the index finger. This prevents the weight dumping into just the heel of the hand. If you like though, you can always roll over the mat for some extra padding, or maybe just use your extra padding that you have to one side. Let's come on to the knees, tucking the toes, checking your shoulders stacked over your wrist, and then pull the navel in, lift the knees to hover, and then continue to send the hips up and back. You might want to walk the feet back a little bit, lifting up through the tailbone, maybe having a bit of a bend in the knees to keep the back nice and straight. You might want to just pedal the feet out a little bit just to really get into the pose. And as you're here, you want to try and draw your shoulder blades down the back so you're creating space between the head and the shoulders. Then from here, lift the left leg up for three-legged dog. And on the exhale, draw the knee in so it's behind the left elbow. You'll be rounding through the upper back here. And then drop the knee down so it's behind the left wrist. And then over to the right wrist, so this is where you've got a bit of a twist, up so it's behind the right elbow, and then back to the left elbow. So we'll do that 2 more times. So left wrist, right elbow, left elbow, wrist, elbow, elbow. One more time for the lats, so wrist, elbow, and then send it back to downwards dog. Maybe just walking the feet out, or you can take a quick child's pose, just releasing the weight off the hands, sending the hips back if that feels good. Just noticing how that feels. You might start to feel the obliques really contract in that exercise. And then when you're ready, make your way back into your downwards dog, so pushing through the whole hand, lifting the hips up, keeping a bend in the knees if you need to. And this time lifting the opposite leg up, so right leg up. And on the exhale, roll the weight forward and bring the knee so it's behind the right wrist or right elbow. Then drop it down to the wrist, and then across to the opposite wrist, up to behind the elbow, right elbow, and again, right wrist, left elbow, right elbow, right wrist, left elbow, right elbow. One more time, wrist, elbow, and then send it back to downwards dog. Yeah, maybe pedal the feet out. Or come down. Do a quick child's pose. Come onto the fingertips. Stretching through the backs of the wrists. And when you're ready, just make your way to a seated position. Crossing the legs. That's the end of day 1 of the core strength challenge. I hope you can feel it a bit in the obliques and the abs, and I hope to see you back for tomorrow, day 2. Until then, have a great day and See you tomorrow.